Is this a full depot? Is it a full depot?
So, this is the verse from chapter 3 where Krishna explains about the third topic. What we discuss, we discussed as of now about the good karma, good activity and a bad activity, and now we'll discuss about the one which is neutral, is called akarma. Right? So Krishna says, Yajnartha karmano anatra lokayam karma bandhanat tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sanga samachara. Means what? Work done as sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Otherwise, what causes bondage in this material world? Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction, and in that way you will always remain free from bondage. This is a very important topic actually. I'll try to explain as you've seen the ball coming back, right? In a similar way, whatever you perform, any activity, it comes back, right? It comes back to us. So that has this called bondage. It means what? If we do something good is coming back to us. I mean, let's say, if you study well, you will become a good engineer or good doctor. If you don't, it's something else. So whatever we perform, it's coming back. And Krishna said that any work we perform should be performed as a sacrifice for Vishnu. Isn't it? What that does mean? Actually, Krishna is talking about akarma. It means what? Where you perform activities, but there is no reaction. Right? You study, you get the result, but you won't get the reactions. Reactions is actually, because of reaction, we are actually wandering in this material world. We'll discuss this later on, a bit more when we discuss the material nature and Jiva and Ishvara. We'll come back again this point. So, if you see around, there are so many trees, animals, aquatics, and human beings are there. How is it happening? It's only happening because of bondage, right? We take another body, we go to another species, and then can come back again. Right? This cycle goes on in this material world. Krishna says, otherwise, the work causes bondage in this material world. So if you don't perform activity for Vishnu as sacrifice, then it will bind us in this material world. Right? It means what? We'll again come back, and again you have to become a small child, then study, then again grown up, then again die, then again come back a small child, and then study. Right? However, if you go to spiritual world, you don't have to go through all this again. We'll always enjoy there. It's completely blissful. Right? So that
What does
point,
blissful mean?
blissful means you always remain in a mode of happiness, always in enjoying. There is no suffering, there is no distress, there is no miseries. Right?
How do you start to get to the spiritual world?
Yes, we'll talk on this today only. Just right away. Right, that's a good question, isn't it? So that's what Krishna is talking about, that when we perform something as sacrifice, we actually relate ourselves with this spiritual world, spiritual activity, right? And that is what it is called as akarma. Akarma is what? It is devotional service. It means what? Service is actually activity, isn't it? But as it is connected as devotional, it becomes service. It's no more work. It's a service to Krishna. And let's see. What happens when we do devotional service? It's a very, very simple language. You can understand that. It brings freedom from karmic reactions. Then we don't acquire any more reactions to our karma. No bad reactions, no good reactions. What happens when we have good reactions? We actually go to our higher planets, Swarloka, Bhuvarloka, or to Brahmaloka as well, right? When we go over there, and when we have bad activities or bad reactions, we go to the different spaces. Like we can become animal or a tree or something like if you see the story of Nalakura and Manigriv, that comes in Krishna book, where Lord Krishna had to deliver those Nalakura and Manigriva. So they were actually son of Kubera, but they have become a tree because of their actions. They got a curse from Narada Muni and they become a tree. So in a similar way, anyone, either can become trees or aquatics or birds or bees or even demigods, devatas. Yes.
You can get cursed as a tree if you do bad.
It depends upon what curse you get. So these Nalakuna and Manikriva, they got cursed from Narada Muni to become a tree. There was a reason. You know what? Why trees are trees? Why jivas are trees? There is a reason. Prabhupada explains in Bhagavad Gita. He says that when we try to expose ourselves, so our body should be covered with our clothes, right? And we expose our body, it means what? We don't want to get cloth on it. So we take a birth as tree. Tree, no cloth, standing. Right? That's how it works.
Oh,
right?
that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
We don't want to become a tree.
Yes, so we don't want to become a tree. Right? So that's the laws of nature. It's a very complex calculation, but it happens. Right? So next part, it brings us free from the karmic reaction, and it helps in discriminating right and wrong. As we discussed, when we do some activity, if we know the knowledge, we can actually figure out this is a wrong work or bad work. Then we can, it helps us to avoid as well doing wrong activities. So when we understand what is wrong and what is right, then it helps us not to do wrong activities and engage ourselves in good activities. Okay, and then very importantly, it minimizes our sinful reactions. What that does mean is very, very important. You know, see, we are supposed to get reactions for sure, right? However, when we perform our karma, even our reactions get minimized by the blessings of Krishna. And the question might come, then how to perform this devotional service?
Yes. I was going to ask that.
Thank you. See. Can you read it louder? Yes.
Devotional service starts with chanting holy name of the Lord.
The Lord. So devotional service starts with chanting holy name of the Lord. Even if I know it might be very difficult for your child to understand these things, but still, if you don't understand, however, if you understand this point, actually you are performing everything. Right? And what happens? How we do? By chanting this Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Very nice. So, in one of the lecture, Prabhupada explains that, the Sanskrit verses, it sometimes becomes very difficult for us to pronounce. And if we pronounce here and there, the meaning changes as well. However, this mantra is so sublime that even a child can chant it. And even, why I'm talking about child, because child's minds are completely pure, isn't it? We have grown up, we have so many things going on in our head. Okay, we have to pay the loans of our house, the loans of car, we have to study well in our in our offices, to perform well, to get promotion and everything, all the things. But the childs, they are carefree. They don't have to bother about food. The parents are there, they will take care, isn't it? They don't have to worry about, just they go to school and play. Isn't it? Here you play more rather than study.
What about studying?
Here you study less in the school, isn't it? In India we study a lot, we have a huge bags, but here you just go and play. I have seen the kids, they are coming with this, basketball and footballs to school, nothing in the bag, isn't it?
Yes.
So the point is, this Mahamantra is so sublime, and when chanted with pure mind, it has more effect. And Prahlad Maharaj, he was just 5 years, and when he used to go to school, in the break time, what do you do in the break time?
Play.
Playing. Anything else? Playing. So all are playing, and playing. Isn't it?
I'm playing with different.
Yeah. Yes, the game may be different. You may play football or basketball or hide and seek, but you are playing. Yes, you do something else? Eat snacks. Yes, that's good as well. Yeah. When you get tired, eat it, isn't it? Right. That's nice. Then, but Prahlad Maharaj, he actually says that when in the break, he used to gather his students and his classmates, and he used to teach this mantra. He said, okay, chant holy name of Lord. Don't waste time. Right. However, I'm not going to say you rest. Okay. But the thing is that we need to chant this mantra. Read after me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Rama Rama.
Rama Rama. Hare Hare.
So, when we chant this mantra, what happens? It brings freedom from karmic reaction. It actually helps us discriminating right and wrong. It gives us intelligence. Krishna says, Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam in chapter 15. Krishna says, I'll give the knowledge to you so that you can come to me. How? When Krishna can give us this knowledge? When we interact with Krishna, when we talk with Krishna. And to talk with Krishna, the process is this. Why I'm saying this process? There are so many processes as well. It works. But Lord Brahma, he says to Narada Muni that actually, I have, though Lord Brahma has written all these 4 Vedas, he says, I have gone through all these 4 Vedas. However, for this Kali Yuga, he says, Iti Sodasaka Namnam Kali Kalamasa Nasanam. So, Iti Sodasaka, these are 16 letters. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Iti Sodasaka Namnam. By chanting Krishna's holy name, these 16 words, what happens? Kali Kalamasa Nasanam. All the miseries in Kali Yuga or Kalis goes away. Alright. So that's the way to do devotional service. What your answer? Yes. So it brings freedom from all karmic reaction. It helps us in discriminating right and wrong. It helps us to do right and avoid wrong activities. And more importantly, it minimizes our sinful reactions. Then, what happens next? When we chant this holy name, do you remember earlier we saw the picture like this, where this red,
Liberation of the self.
it was red here as well, isn't it? Right? But when we chant this holy name, what happens? When we give up this body, there is no more red. We actually become all yellow, meaning we get a spiritual body, and there is completely bliss, always pleasure, serving the Lord. Right?
So only the soul gets to go there.
Yes. And we get a spiritual body there.
Yes.
Right. So, by chanting this holy name, we can do this. And how to perform it? We'll learn A, B, C, D. Do you know what is A, B, C, D? The letters. Yes? You are saying something? Yes, yes. Nothing? Okay.
Association.
Age association. So we'll learn A, B, C, D. We have learned in school A for apple, B for boy, C for cat, D for dog, isn't it? But we'll change the acronym again today. There. Say age association. How to perform devotional service? Very important is association. Means what? Your friends. How to make your friends and who are your friends? That matters a lot. If you become if you are a friend of a good mathematician, will actually eventually become good mathematician as well, because he will teach you mathematics. Right? If you see your friends are a football player, then definitely he will teach you how to play football, isn't it? So in the similar way, when you associate with the people who practice spiritual activities, then you will learn spiritual activities as well.
And you may become a spiritual body.
Sorry?
You may become a spiritual body.
Yeah, definitely. When you associate with, we can become. Right? And then, B are books. Very important. We read so many books, but I've got some books. These are all mine, but I'll show you. Like this is one of the books. It's called as Krishna. Does it look huge?
Yes.
So if this book had 90 chapters, and in 90 chapters it's been described all the pastimes of Krishna, what he did in Vrindavan, what he did in Mathura, and what he did in Dwarika. All the pastimes of Lord Krishna is there. And when you read these books, there are so many stories, like Krishna killing Putana, Agashur, Bakashur, and then Krishna, killing other demons, and then he's going to Mathura, and then he's going to Dwarika, and all those activities are there, right? And this is a very nice book to read a couple of pages every day. You don't have to read all the book one day. Just read couple of pages every day and learn it. Yes, please.
What is it written in?
It's written in English. It's in English.
Oh.
However, if you want to get these books in Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Gujarati, Hindi, whatever you wish, you get it.
Sanskrit.
Sanskrit as well. Okay? So whatever you wish, you get it. And then I got some actually small books, like when you kids like read story books. So you'll see like this Kirchar Gopinath. So we study about the Lord, how actually, can you imagine God, he becomes a thief.
What?
Yeah, he's called a Kirchora. He's actually theft the pot of sweet rice for his devotee.
What?
Yeah, he's Kirchora. And then the another one is Sri Radharaman. So there's still story books for the kids they can actually read. I got some 50s earlier, but just 3-4 now left. Right. And then there are other books like this called 3 Logs of Wood. So this is about Lord Jagannath. All story, but by reading it, we understand who Lord Jagannath is. How many of us seen Lord Jagannath? Have you seen Lord Jagannath? No.
3 logs of
Anyone has seen Lord Jagannath? How is? Yes? Yeah. Yes. So this Lord Jagannath, he has big eyes, round eyes. He doesn't have eyes like this. He has round eyes, no eyelids. You know why he doesn't have eyelids? Yes, please. So Lord Jagannath has no eyelids. The reason being that when you go to temple, what we do? We take darshan of Lord. However, there are so many devotees of Lord, they used to go to take darshan of Jagannath, and Jagannath saying that, okay, I should not miss any of my devotees. If there is an eyelid, I'll blink and my devotees can pass away. So he don't want to miss any of his devotees, so he has big round eyes.
What do you mean pass away?
So like, I'm standing here,
Yeah.
right? And you, if I blink my eyes, you can go from here and there. I might miss you. I can't see you. Isn't it? It might happen because there is so much crowd and just goes past us away. Right?
Yeah.
So Lord Jagannath don't want to miss any of his devotees. So we can study about Lord Jagannath, how he got this form of wood. And then there is one more book called On the Way to Krishna. How we can go to Krishna. Right? And there's the same book is in Hindi. It says Sri Jagannath. And one more is like the drama of Lord Jagannath.
So his eyes look like that?
Yeah. Here it is. See his eyes.
Oh my God, that's scary.
It's not scary. It's lovable. Right. So these are the books. Anyway, these are my books. But no, these are the books actually we can actually get in our homes and study those, read those every day. 1 page or 2 pages, it will make a difference in the long run. If you remember, in our first session we were discussing about a child who was actually very disturbing. But regularly, when he started doing something activity regularly, he became perfect. Isn't it? So you don't have to read the whole book one day and then for 1 year, no more reading. Rather than read one chapter, one page or 2 page every day, make it a habit. And actually when you all get what? Passport, then in our schools? Reading passports, isn't it? And then you can say, okay, I have read a book which has 900 pages. Right? Isn't it? So 900 pages means if you read 2 pages per day, in a year you can finish this book. And then January 1, start it again. Because because when you read more and more, you know more and more about it. Wait, okay, that's about the book. And then the sea.
How long is a chapter?
It depends upon some are very small, some are a bit large.
Right? So if you read a chapter,
if you read a chapter, then it has 90 chapters. So in 90 days you can finish it.
So it's better to do a chapter
Chapter a day. That's nice. Good. And then C is chanting the holy name. Right? Yes, please.
What do you mean by holy?
Sorry, what do you mean by?
What do you mean by holy?
Holy. Holy is a festival
I mean
No, that's holy name. Okay. It's transcendental. Right. So Lord's name is pure. Holy means pure. Right. It never get impure. That's why it's called holy. It's not. I was thinking about HOLI, holy. So C is what? Chanting the holy name. And how can we chant the holy name? We need something like this. I'll take out these beads.
Oh,
Right. And these beads has 108 beads, and one is the head bead. We don't chant on head bead, right? And what we do, we don't touch our index finger, the beads. We keep it like this, right? We don't touch with this one, and then we hold one of this bead with our middle finger and thumb, and then in that we chant the Maha Mantra. Says Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And then we move inward towards our own side, and then hold the next one, and then chant the whole one. And then again, third one. In the similar way, we finished 108 beats. It nearly takes about 7 to 8 minutes, or maybe initially it takes 10 minutes. Right? But by chanting this holy name, we can associate with the Lord. And it's karma free. So, yes, please.
so when you get to the head beat again, that means you've done it 108 times.
Yes. And then you go around again.
Oh
Yes.
man.
what happens if you have the index finger?
So, is this index finger actually we normally don't touch it, because it's being said that it's inauspicious. So, it's good to touch our hand. And I'll show you. Actually, I've got these beads for every one of you, the children's. It's for free. Right. So what we
Do
do?
we have to return them?
Sorry?
Do we have to return them?
No.
What?
So normally we used to have a bead bag like this, right? And what we do, we put our beads inside this, so that we don't, can keep it very well. And then this bead is made very nicely, that we can take out our index finger from out of this, right? And then your other 4 fingers are there inside this, and virtually you can, from your mind, you can see, okay, I'm holding this as this, and then chanting one round, and then bring it back, right?
How do
So-
you know you're reading? Is there any? I was asking, how do you know if you're on the main beat? Then I realized there is some.
Yes,
feather on
so
it.
the main bead is a bit larger, and we see the last one is smaller than the larger, so you understand that, okay, I've got a big. In the main bead we have some threads, so we get to know that we are on the main bead now, right? And also there's an important thing. If you want to chant 2 rounds, let's suppose I am on the last bead now, and if I am chant another round, then we should not cross this middle one, big finger, main bead. We actually turn it around, right? And then I can go from small one again like this. So it goes here and then here and here and here, right? So that way, if we can invest 10 minutes every day chanting this holy name, then we can actually connect with Lord. And I'll give you all the kids one bag and bead as well.
Beat.
However, I need to have some price as well. I need to give me the price, and you don't have to take the price, the money from your parents. You need to give me. Who is ready to give me something back on exchange?
Okay.
I haven't told yet what the price is, but who are ready to give me the price? Oh, good, nice. So the price for one of the bead and the bag is, you need to promise me that every day you will chant at least 1 round, 1 whole circle. Who can commit yes? Wow, that's nice, isn't it? So what you need to do? You have to chant 1 round every day, anytime, in the morning, in the evening, anytime before going to bed. You chant And it takes 10 minutes, not more than that.
Just 10.
Right? So 10 minutes, chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And if you love to chant more, you can do more. Yes.
Can we do it in midnight?
Yeah, you can, but you need to sleep as well, right? In the midnight, are you awake in the midnight?
No.
No, right?
Me, I'll sleep before midnight, but sometimes I won't.
So I think what you can do. The best thing is get up a bit early, 10 minutes early, just 10 minutes early, and before leaving to school, just chant it. Or before breakfast, chant the holy name for 10 minutes. While your mother is preparing breakfast for you, take 10 minutes and chant it, and then get breakfast and go to school. If you sometimes get late, when you come back from school, chant the 10 minutes, right? And even you sometimes you think, okay, I haven't chanted till yet now. Before studying in the evening, chant 10 minutes and do your study.
Then after eating, chant it again.
If you want, you can do. Right? Yeah. And then the fourth one is that's a diet. What we eat, it makes us. Yes.
So you can't eat meat.
Yeah, we don't eat meat.
Oh.
So, I mean, I'm not saying you to give up meat now, but the more important, chant in the holy name. That will come up. But the thing is that, diet actually very important as well. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhaktaya Prayachati. When we give this Patra Pushpam Phalam Toyam to Krishna, he becomes very pleased. He doesn't get pleased when we give him meat or something. He doesn't accept as well. Right? So when we give even a little water, a leaves, a flower, Krishna becomes very pleased. Yeah.
Water?
Yes. Yeah, you can give water as well. Right? So, that's the process by chanting this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Right? And what I was going to say next is, I'm going to show you one small video. One small video of 3 minutes for diet, right? Just a second.
We should consider this, that if we live at the cost of killing others, the products of violence means that the animal is getting.
What can I do to say this?
May I go to the restroom? May I go to the restroom?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Killed mercilessly. So when we are in our daily life thinking about how we should live, we should consider this, that if we live at the cost of killing others, the products of violence means that the animal is getting killed mercilessly, and while getting killed it is experiencing pain and trauma, and after experiencing so much pain and trauma, how can the person consuming this become peaceful? So therefore, I give the example that every vehicle requires a different type of fuel. People ask me this question, should we be veg or non-veg? What do you think? I said, don't consider whether I should be veg or non-veg. First ask the question, what is your goal? What you want to be? So consider that you want to be a gymnast. If you want to be a gymnast and win a gold medal, what diet you will have? You will have something light, which will keep you skinny, which will keep you nimble, supple, flexible, right? And imagine you want to be a wrestler or a boxer or a weightlifter. What will your diet be? Will it be same? His breakfast will be equivalent to what the other fellow eats all day. Probably, I don't know. But I'm just saying that depending on what you want to be, the diet changes. Is it not? So therefore, if you are riding on a Luna, on a moped, there is one type of fuel. You are riding in a scooter, there is another type of fuel. You are riding in a car, there is another type of fuel. If you are riding in a truck, that is another type of fuel. If you are riding in an airplane, that is a different type of fuel. You can't put the fuel which you put in Luna in the airplane. Say sasta hai. Why? Because the airplane is designed differently. It is meant to travel long distance. So its fuel is different. So similarly, it depends on what your destination is. So depending on your destination, depending on what you want to do with your life, you have to choose your diet. That's the idea. So therefore, those who make their goal of life the spiritual world, one who wants to be liberated from this samsara and attain eternal service in the spiritual world, they have to travel a long distance. Right? And therefore, they have to choose the fuel very carefully. That which will help focus the soul, go to that spiritual world. And therefore, it is important to partake of foods which is not in the modes of passion and ignorance. That which increases your mode of goodness is favorable.
So you got the point about diet, isn't it? So it's very important what food we take, isn't it? So let me. Yeah. So those are talking about how to perform our devotional service by chanting holy name, taking proper diet, reading books, and associating with devotees. Right. So now what we will do, we'll actually I thought to do a story time, but yes, we'll do it very quickly a story time. Right. So what the story is, so when we chant holy name, does Krishna listen it or not? Can we communicate with the Lord? So this story called as, I don't have this book here. No. It's called as a story of Sakshi Gopal. Right. So I'll tell you very briefly. So what happens once, there was a Brahmana and he was quite old and he wanted to visit Vrindavan. Right. So as he was quite old, he wanted to visit Vrindavan, so he needs someone who can take care of him. So a young person, a young male, he accompanied him. He said, okay, I will help you. This young person was quite poor, but this Brahmana was a bit rich. And then he said, okay, I'll take care of your expenses, but you help me out. So they went to Vrindavan, and in Vrindavan, before Gopinath, this person, yes please. That's okay. So this old man, he thought that actually he's taking very very care of me. So what I will do, when I return back, I'll make my daughter marry to this person because he's taking very much care to me. So he will take care of my daughter as well. However, this person, he said, okay, are you sure? I'm poor and you're rich. Be careful, right? And he said, yes, I'm sure. So he said, okay, you commit before Lord Gopalji. Just please commit before him. And then in front of Lord, he said, okay, when we go back, I'll actually give my daughter to this person to get married. And they came back. And after coming back, some time went, and this Brahmana was young. He thought now it's time to get married, so let me go to the Brahmana and ask her daughter. And then when he goes, then this old man haven't talked with his young son and even his wife, right? So this son of his old man, he said, denied, no, we can't give our daughter, our sisters to a poor person, right? So they denied, and they had a lot of discussion over there, and then they started actually saying that this person actually, he wanted to take our money, So he's making a plan that my father has told him to get married. And by scaring even his father, he also didn't speak anything. So they said that if you can bring some proof, then we'll get our daughter married, daughter or sister get married to you. So he has no proof except Gopalji. So he went back to Vrindavan. The South Indian Brahman, he went back to Vrindavan. He says, "Oh Gopalji, you are the only witness that this person, the old Brahman, has committed me that he will give me her daughter, his daughter. So please." And then, so he says, "So what shall I do?" He says, "You have to come with me to become a witness." Then Gopalji says that I can't walk.
What?
Yeah, because it's a murti, right? It's a deity. So he's talking with the deity. You know, in the top you will go temple, you will see Shyam Sundar in the middle, right? So he's talking with them. Right? He says, "I can't walk." Then this Ramana says, "If you can speak, you can walk as well." So you are saying I can't walk, it means you are speaking to me. And so this Brahman has so much faith with him that he said, "Okay, I'll walk with you." However, there is a condition. The condition is that wherever we stop, you cook some food and give it to me, that's fine. But while walking, you don't see back, I'm with you or not. I will be always with you on the back of you, but you don't have to see by turning to me. Then the Brahmana said, "Okay, I agree to you." In this way, they both started from Vrindavan. And just before reaching this village, actually was what happens, whenever this Gopalji was walking behind him, you were actually hearing some tinkling bells sounds. But before just the village, he could not hear anything, and he got it out. Right now is the position, everyone is waiting for me, and looks like he has gone away. And then he turned back. As soon as he turned back, he could see he was standing there. He says, "I told you earlier, don't look back, and now I won't move from here. And we need to bring all the villagers, and I'll give this witness." So all villagers, they came there and said, "Okay, Vrindavan's Lord, he has come here." So from that day, his name became Sakshi Gopal. So Gopal, who has become a witness. And that temple right now is in Orissa. So from there it came. So from Bhubaneswar, from Puri, it's mid of Bhubaneswar, and that temple is there, Sakshi Gopal. So Krishna came with the Brahmana to become witness. So when we chant the holy name, it be assured that Krishna listens us. Right. So what next? Will, as promised earlier, we will dance.
Yay!
Okay. So all can stand up at your place. So we'll dance in a very rhythmic way, right? All stand up.
Are these the chains or bags?
Yes, I'll give it to you. Don't worry.
Papa, chair.
Right?
Chair.
नहीं chair नहीं, just आगे आ जाएंगे. So this is called a Swami step. Okay, so you all can stand and a foot gap in your both feet. Just make a foot gap, right? This much of gap. Make a gap. Yes. Spread your legs for a bit. Right. Okay. That's okay. You want to come ahead? That's fine. Come. Okay, that's fine. Okay, now what to do is move your one leg toward the other leg and close it. Okay, that's step 1. Then again, step 2 is go back to this place. And step 3 is take your left leg again and move it here. Step 4 is go there. Step 5 is there. So this is the whole step. What we'll do, we'll done like this. Okay. And then raise your hands. Okay? Raise your hands and now do this. Everyone goes to one side, to left and then to right. Then left and to right. Okay? So what I will do, I will chant this kirtan for 3 minutes, only 3 minutes, and you all dance it like this. Okay? And you can sing as well. All ready?
No. No.
Not yet. Where are you? What are you doing?
On the floor fixing my shoe.
Alright, okay, fix it. Okay, so raise your hands, ready with the feet. Everyone goes toward left first and then to right. Okay, is your step? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare And step number 2. What you will do now? Step number 2 is. Oh, still fixing your leg. Feet. Are you okay?
Yep, finally now.
So,
These always tear apart.
okay. All the girls, they come behind me. All the boys go here. Okay. So 4 of you stand here. And yeah, okay, 4 of you hold your hands. Hold your hands. Hold your hands like this. Okay. Now you 4 or 5. Hold your hands. Hold the hand. Okay. Yes, you have 4, 5. Okay, come now. Come. Leave it. Hold your hands.
What?
This way.
What about
COVID? Okay. So now we all actually move around like this. One way, clockwise. Okay. All do clockwise moving for 2 minutes. Clockwise. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.